Last year, I saw Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania in theaters, and while I don't think it's the worst MCU film, I think it was a big disappointment. The first two Ant-Man films are intentionally lighthearted, breezy, fun, unassuming MCU films that are just trying to entertain the audience, so there's not much to them. They're not very important, whereas Quantumania was the kickoff to Phase 5 and our introduction to the comic book accurate version of Kane the Conqueror, who is supposed to be the big bad of the MCU's multiverse saga. So there's actually a lot riding on Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. While I think that there is superficial enjoyment to be had, I think it's interesting seeing more of the quantum realm, seeing some of these weird creatures. I thought that some of the actors, like Paul Rudd in particular, are still entertaining to watch, but the movie wasn't as good as it should have been. It definitely did not perform as good as Disney was hoping it would, considering that the Rotten Tomatoes score isn't very good. The movie got a B cinema score, which is not good for a big crowd pleaser blockbuster, and it underperformed at the box office. The movie also failed to make the splash that it should have. It failed to build up Kane as a big threat the way it should have. And it's a movie that feels to me like it was written and directed by committee. Feels like there's no bite to this film, no teeth, no stakes. The reason why I say that is because Kane the Conqueror is supposed to be this big, bad, intimidating villain we all should be scared of. And then he's beaten at the end of the film by Ant-Man and his buddies. He's just taken out by a bunch of ants, and then he's gone. He seems like he's not necessarily dead, just somewhere else. Ant-Man and all his friends just get back home. No repercussions, no consequences. It makes it feel like them being sent to the quantum realm doesn't matter. Like, nothing that happened to them affected them in any way. Because at the end of the film, it just seems like, well, they don't care. They're all just happy, having a good time, celebrating. So it's like, well, why should we care that they went down the quantum realm? It seems like it just doesn't matter at all. And also, I think it was a bafflingly bad decision to have this film be so tonally inconsistent, because you jump right from Kane the Conqueror killing people, so very serious, to dumb MODOK jokes. I think that whoever made the decision to put dead serious Kane right alongside dumb silly MODOK is an idiot. That was a really bad decision. The jokes in this film completely undermine the tension, and I think the visuals aren't very good. It's one of those films you look at and you go, considering the budget, this movie doesn't look as good as it should. The VFX are not as good as they should be. It looks fake, not convincing at all. And so I think this movie was a big letdown. It hurt the franchise by making people feel like, yeah, Kane the Conqueror really isn't a very big deal. I'm not particularly scared of this guy. It doesn't feel like the Avengers should really be worried about him at all because, well, Ant-Man and his buddies defeated him. So why do we need the Avengers to defeat Kane? Ant-Man and his friends were able to do it, and then they all just get back and continue on with their lives as if nothing has changed, as if all their experiences just don't matter. And so I think the film wasn't as good as it should have been. Thus, I was very let down by this movie. It's one that is accessible, I'd say, to people of any age, honestly, because while people die in this movie, there's not really blood, and it overall the film is still pretty lighthearted. But that'll be it. So, yeah, that'll be it for now.